I like doing time-lapse videos of crochet projects. Doing YouTube-specific crochet patterns would be kind of cool. Okay, where was I? Talking too much. And then another long-term goal of mine is to get a better top-down shooter camera, not only to use for streaming, but to use for, well, look who came in and decided to join us. Oh my goodness. My girl. Hello, Stinky. My little nugget. Hold on, let me grab the camera so everybody can see your beautiful face. Watch out, girl. Watch out. There she is. My chair is rubbing against my desk. I swear it's not farts. What's up, girl? Woof. Treat the doggo. Oh no! Hold on, I have to go get a treat bag. Her treats are in the kitchen, but I will treat that doggo. Hold on. I'll be right back. Let me go grab that treats. This is Rory. She's my 4-year-old Pembroke Welsh Corgi. And she's very sassy and very talkative, and she will let you know when she wants something. Oh, look at that big stretch. Oh, big stretch. Are you gonna roll over and show him your belly? Okay, let me go get those treats. We're gonna treat this doggo. Thank you. She's like, come on now, Mom. I want the treats. Give me the treats. Treats. Oh crap, I just knocked over my camera. Ah. Ignore my hairy legs. I haven't shaved. It's fall. I wear pants now. Alright, girl. I'm gonna break one treat into two, so you think you're gonna get more. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's turn on doggo cam here, because it's big. Alright, girl. Here, back up. Lay down. Everybody can see your pretty face. Good girl. She's like, can I have some more? Do you have any more? I'm gonna sniff the ground for crumbs. Do you have any more? Wow. Okay. Let's get back to what we were doing. It's okay though. Rory's always a good distraction. I like having her around. She's a good girl. So good. We'll wait and see where she decides to settle down, and then I'll turn on the doggo cam again. Okay. She says yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm glad you like her. I love her. She's my little nugget. A little good time girl. I just saw the most fucked up trailer about some killer doll Chucky on roids. I'll post it in the Discord. No, I'm good. I'm good. You know, I love Halloween, but I don't really care all that much about spooky stuff. Like horror movies, nah. Haunted houses, nah. I don't like being scared. What happened to Ollie? So Ollie passed away while we were in Alaska. We're not 100% sure what exactly happened to him, but he went through a phase where he would get really sick. We'd take him to the vet and give him some meds. He'd get better. Then he'd get sick again. We'd take him back to the vet. We'd do more testing. And we kind of went back and forth for about 3 months. And then it got to the point where he wasn't getting any better despite what they did. We did testing and testing and testing, and we couldn't quite figure out what was wrong until towards the end. We kind of started to figure out that his liver was underdeveloped and not working properly. Like, he was basically going through liver failure and his liver just stopped working. And it got to the point where we had to put him down because he was suffering. And he was the goodest boy. He was the goodest boy. But, interesting, around that time when Ollie was going through his sick and getting better phases, someone that my husband worked with happened to have a corgi, a 2-year-old corgi that he needed to rehome because his wife left him. The wife bought the dog. He didn't want the dog, and the wife left and left the dog with him, and he was like, I gotta rehome this dog. I can't handle her. She's too much. So we got a free corgi, and everything worked out because Ollie ended up, you know, not getting better. He ended up passing away, and we were able to still have a dog in our life. So everything worked out. But it was a shitty time. It was a really shitty time, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm just glad I was able to be there, you know, with him when he passed. Yeah, free's good. Considering corgis, like, purebred anything right now is really expensive. Really expensive. Especially, I think she was like, she came, as far as I know, she came from a breeder from Seattle, and her original owner bought her and had her flown in from Seattle to Alaska. I think she paid like $2,000 or $3,000 for her, so Rory comes from a very expensive, reputable breeder. I wish I knew the name of the breeder, but I don't. I didn't get any of that paperwork. She was just kind of handed over to us. We didn't get any of the paperwork or anything, but it's fine. I don't care about AKC registries and paperwork. The only thing I really care about, though, when it comes to getting a purebred doggo is knowing the parentage and the parent's medical history. Just to know that, you know, to know whether or not your dog is predisposed to any medical conditions that you need to look out for in the future. Honestly, part of me believes that Ollie might have been inbred because of the state of his liver. Because other than that, his entire life, he was a happy, healthy doggo. Was never sick, and then all of a sudden, his liver just stops working, and then we look at it under ultrasound, and the doc was like, oh wow, his liver's tiny. That doesn't make any sense. So, he had some weird, underdeveloped liver. I don't know. Maybe he was inbred, maybe he wasn't inbred. We were young and dumb, and we just bought him from a breeder on a horse farm out in the middle of Missouri. So, but it's all good. He lived to be 5 years old, and he had a mostly happy, healthy life, and he got to travel across the country with us. He lived in Missouri, Florida, Texas, and Alaska. And he got to drive across country with us whenever we moved from Florida up to Alaska the first time. Oh yeah. He was the goodest boy. He was so fucking smart, too. He's the coolest, chillest little homie. And I have a shit ton of pictures and videos of him, so it's all good. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that kind of comes along with being a pet owner. You never know when their time's gonna come. You can do everything right. You can buy them the best food, the best treats, give them all the exercise, all the love, make sure they're happy, healthy, trained. Anything can happen. Some random sickness or illness can just come along and boom, we're done. You never know. I guess the same goes for people too. You never know when it's gonna be your time. It could be anything. So, could be anything. It is hard. It's super hard. It's one of the hardest, if not the hardest thing I ever had to do. Oh, Playful Kitty, are you working on a Glaceon? Who's working on a Glaceon? All the Pokemon. Yes, yes, so everything you see behind me. Hang on, let me change here. All of that stuff. All of this is crocheted stuff. All stuff that I've made over the years. Actually, if I tilt the camera up, you can see a little bit more because there's another shelf up top. Yeah, so there's more stuff up there. But all that stuff, that's like the past 3 or 4 years of work in crochet. But I think everything on that shelf, with the exception of one thing, those are all patterns that I've made. So yes. Thanks. What's up, girl? What are you doing over here? Do you need to go potty? You need to go outside? Do you need to go potty? Is that why you're barking at me? I think the last time she was outside was breakfast, so it's probably about potty time. And you know what? I think I need to go potty too. She demands treat sacrifice. The recreations that were given away. Cad, remind me which ones that you got. Because back when we were living in Texas, and then the first time we were in Florida, I'm sorry, the second time we were living in Florida, I did a lot of giveaways. And I'm trying to remember what it was that you got. Chibi, Link, and Kirby. Okay, yes. So that was back when I was living in Texas. That was like... Was that like 6 years ago now? Maybe even 7 years ago? 6, 7, 20... It was probably like, what, 2016, 2017? I haven't done a giveaway in a while. I should do a giveaway at some point. I need to make some extra stuff to give away. Texas. Okay, yeah. That sounds about right. I remember that Chibi Link. I remember the Kirby on a star. I remember... I'm going down memory lane here. I remember my very first crochet stream. And I remember... I was a lot younger then, so I drank a lot more, and I would take shots for donations. And somebody just randomly came along and dropped like a hundo donation on my stream. And I shit my pants. Super Torin, hey, what's going on? Welcome. But yeah. Yeah, Texas is where I started streaming. And that was back before... I'm trying to remember if they had any other extra directories on Twitch at that point. I think they had the creative directory. I think they had just made the creative directory a thing. This was before just chatting. Trying to learn crochet, totally new. Only started yesterday, but love to make Pokemon characters. So what you want to do is get your basics, your foundation. So learn all your foundational skills. Learn how to make your chain, your single crochet, your double crochet. Master your stitch tension. And make those granny squares. Make all those granny squares and really get used to holding the yarn and building that muscle memory. And then once you've mastered that, learn how to read a pattern and then learn how to work in the round. And then once you've done that, you're pretty much ready to start making amigurumi. And the internet is full of free amigurumi patterns for you to try and test. So, yeah. It's totally doable. That's how I learned. I learned by watching YouTube tutorials. I saw a picture of I think it was an amigurumi Vulpix and an amigurumi Pikachu back when I was still doing paper crafting, and I was like, oh, that's a cool looking plushie, and then I clicked on the picture, it got bigger, and I was like, what is that? Is that yarn? Is that knitted? Can you guys hear? Can you hear my dog? I need to take her out. I told her I was gonna take her out. But hey, Jaden, how are you? Enjoy your lurk. I lost my train of thought. The dog keeps barking. But yeah, so seeing. Okay, yes, you've come back and you have announced your presence. I see you. So seeing pictures of amigurumi online is what inspired me to crochet. I never really had any desire to make blankets or hats or wearables. I wanted to make Pokemon. I wanted to make plushies. So that's why I picked up a yarn and hook and taught myself by watching YouTube tutorials. So I can make amigurumi. And then as the years went on, and I had amigurumi, a lot of like amigurumi plushies under my belt, I started to branch out and like make my own patterns. So I have an old Vulpix pattern that I discontinued because I'm not happy with it anymore, and I'm gonna redesign it. I'm gonna update it, and I'm gonna change it in some way, and modify it and diversify it so that way I can put it back on Etsy. It's not gonna be called Vulpix, if you know what I mean. Okay, I gotta take her out. She wants to go outside, and I'm gonna go potty myself. So. Everybody, go stretch your legs, get a snack, use the bathroom. I will be right back. Oh my god, Jaden, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. But I gotta pee, and Rory's also gotta pee. I'll be right back. Thank you again. I appreciate you. Alrighty, I'm back, guys. Thank you for sticking around. Let me turn down the music just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Alright. Thanks for sticking around. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get Rory to come back inside. It's a nice day out. She definitely wanted to stay outside. Hey, Jaden, what's going on? Pee party. I'm loving these emotes, guys. So we have... Let me turn this doggo cam off. She hasn't come back in here yet. We have squirrels in our backyard now. I think as we move into fall, they're getting more active because, you know, they're becoming territorial. They're building nests. They're burying their food and stuff like that. They're storing their food. So they're kind of all over the place right now, especially on two sides of our yard. Past the fence, it's very wooded. And we have a big tree in our backyard, a very thick, mature, tall tree. And I just recently discovered that there's actually a squirrel nest up in the tree. So Rory is obsessed with these squirrels now. And anytime she goes outside, she makes a beeline and she runs straight to the back fence where that tree is. And she sits at that tree and she looks and she waits. She chases the squirrels up and down the fence line, and she watches all the trees like on the other side of the fence, and she's just obsessed. It's hard to get her to come back inside because she just wants to sit and wait and watch the squirrels like storing nuts. Thank you, Super Torin. Thank you for the welcome back. What's a good yarn for like full adult blankets? I'm okay if I need to get it online. You can't find any true chunky yarn? Really? What craft stores are around you, Skate Girl? I was gonna say, this is, if you want to make a blanket and you want to make it faster, because I wouldn't recommend making a full-size blanket with normal, like medium worsted weight yarn. That would take a lifetime. Oh my god. Typically you use blanket yarn to make blankets. Hang on. So like, if you look at, oh yeah, Premier Yarns, the Parfait yarn is really nice. They have really, really soft yarn, but it's not big, thick yarn, you know? So like this is Bernat blanket yarn, specifically the baby blanket yarn. I have not found it to be any different than the regular just blanket yarn. I think it's just called baby yarn because it's light pastel baby colors. But if you ever look at a label, you'll see the yarn weight rating right here. So this is 6, super bulky, and that's typical of blanket yarn. I think it goes all the way up to like 7 or 8, which you get like the big fat honkin' jumbo yarn, which you can also make a blanket of, but it's also very expensive. But Premier Yarns is also good. And of course, let's see, did you ever Hobby Lobby? Oh, found a pattern that uses a 25 needle, you mean like a 25 millimeter gauge crochet hook? That's huge. That's huge. That's a big hook. Wow. That's a big hook. Did the pattern state what specific yarn it used? And like what weight yarn it used? The pattern should tell you, what weight of yarn that it calls for. Because, let's see, this, for a 6 super bulky yarn, it recommends a... Well, it's interesting. Here it recommends using an 8 millimeter crochet hook, and down here it recommends using a 13. I'm not sure. Oh, it recommends using a 13 for the pattern that comes on this, so... It's discontinued. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's big yarn. That's big yarn. You could try to make it with a 7 weight, but at the same time you're gonna want a bigger hook too. I don't know. I honestly don't know a whole lot about blanket making. Favorite Game Boy game? Right there. Pokemon Crystal. Will always be my favorite Game Boy game. That's my favorite Pokemon game, like, ever. Okay, we are on round 10, and then I can do some single crochets. Single crochet rounds. Yep, I still have my original Pokemon Crystal Game Boy cartridge that I've had since I was a kid. I used to have a Pokemon Silver cartridge, but I lost it over time. I don't know what happened to it. Emerald's your all-time favorite? Nice. Leaf Green lit. Oh, that's awesome. Pokemon Leaf Green, that's... Okay, yeah, that was the Game Boy Advance. That's awesome. Want to try and make Atlas a swaddle, but it involves sewing on buttons and I'm not there yet. You'll get there over time. You'll get there. Like with any skill, like it takes time to build your skills and your comfort level, and you'll get there. I did. I saw that picture, Cheese Puff, of the cat hat. I think you posted it in the Fur Baby Discord. I think it's the most complete game on the original Game Boy alongside Link's Awakening. Nice. Did you get a change to open the image? A chance to open the image I sent earlier. I can send it again if you want. Where did you send it? Hold on. Oh, where did you send it, Cad? I don't think the cats were happy to wear it. Cats are typically not okay with you putting things on their bodies. Okay. Sorry, dude. I didn't know you had sent a link. From 2016. Hey, there it is! That's my old background too. Look at that. I don't even remember that background. Wow. That stream overlay, I don't even remember having that. Well, I kind of vaguely do. Oh, that's so cool. And that takes me back. Very nice. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I know. Just trip right down memory lane, man. Like good old early days of... I remember Tungle Croc. I remember him, yeah. Yeah, he was doing speed runs. He was learning... I remember him trying to learn to speedrun Majora's Mask on the 3DS, and he actually had a 3DS capture card. But yeah, I remember him. 2... 3... 4... Yeah, I remember a lot of people, a lot of streamers back from my early days of being on Twitch. A lot of them don't stream anymore, and some of them do, some of them don't. They're on your shelf in your living room. Nice! I'm glad you still have them. That's awesome. I remember making a Yoshi, and a viewer, he's in here quite often, Neo Skadar. He was in the military, and he was stationed in Djibouti, Africa. And he bought a Yoshi amigurumi off of me, and I mailed it. I mailed it out to him all the way out to Africa. Got old amigurumi kind of all over the place. I remember sending an amigurumi to someone in France. I love me some Yoshi too. If I had the space, I would make a Yoshi in every color and just have one shelf row dedicated to all the Yoshis. That would make for a pretty cool picture. Do you really, Cheese Puff? Yeah, Saturn! Hey! I remember, yeah. I remember giving you the Goomba. I remember making back in the day when we were still in Texas, I made like a Mario pack. It had a 1-up mushroom, a Bob-omb. Maybe it had a Goomba too, and maybe a 1-up star, and I had it all packaged together like as a bundle, and I did a giveaway with it. Oh, I wonder if Goombas are gonna be in the new Super Mario Bros. Movie. I do have a Rainbow Yoshi that I have made. Oops. Off the hook there. Pauline has been such a significant figure in the Mario franchise, yet she's never been in a single Mario Kart game. You're right, she hasn't. I wonder why. Especially with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they have so many playable characters from other game franchises in there. Like, you've got Link from Breath of the Wild, you got the Inklings that are there now, you've got Isabelle and Animal Crossing characters. But she's in Mario Strikers, you're right. I wonder if Pauline will be in the Mario Bros movies. Have you guys seen the trailer to the Mario Bros movie? Is it not freaking amazing? Oh my god, I'm so hype. I'm so hyped for that movie. Jack Black absolutely killed it as Bowser. I'm not feeling Chris Pratt so much in the Mario role and what he did with the voice. But I'm gonna give him a chance. You know, that was just, what, 2 lines of dialogue? Iris Puns, hello! I follow you on Instagram. I made a peepo. I like your peepo emote. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you for popping in the stream. It's nice to meet you. The Mario sounds dubbed over it. I really think they should have just had Charles Martinet, Mario's actual voice actor, to do Mario's voice, but toned down like the Italian accent. You know, I think they could have done that, and it would have worked out just fine, and it would have sounded better. But Nintendo gonna do what Nintendo gonna do. They want those big celebrity names to get the butts in the seats in the theaters, you know? Oh, is he actually in the trailer credits too? I didn't know that. Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Super Torn, and I had the exact same fear. But I feel like this is gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of goofy. There's even a rumor that Bowser is gonna have a musical number in it because I think Jack Black kind of alluded to it. He kind of hinted that there's gonna be a musical number. And it makes sense because Jack Black he's a good singer. He's been a part of Tenacious D. He sings, he does rock, he's metal. it would be interesting to see that if it actually happened. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. I'm excited to see what other parts and what other characters of the Mario universe that we're gonna see pop in the movie. Like, are we gonna see Goombas? Are we gonna see, what other characters are we gonna see? Are we gonna see Yoshi? I would love to see Yoshi. I think, who is it? The guy from Key and Peele, one of those guys, I forget which one. He voiced Toad. It sounds to me like they kind of up-pitched his voice a little bit. Keegan, yes, Keegan. Yeah, he nailed it. I think it sounds great. Everybody so far sounds amazing. Except Mario. Mario, I'm not sold on. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I'm just... We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a chance. He can shift his voice so it may not be edited. Yeah. He fucked himself when he stated that his Mario voice was like nothing you'd heard before. I think you're right. Chris doesn't have the voice range to do voice acting. I agree. And that's what bugs me about these movie makers, these studios, these animation studios that feel the need to cast familiar big name actors as characters in their animated movie to get the butts in seats. But it's not necessary, because acting and voice acting are kind of two different art forms. They require different things of the person who's performing. And somebody can be a really good actor, but that doesn't necessarily make them a good voice actor. Voice work's a little different. But Jack Black's already proven that he's a good voice actor. He's done a lot of voice work in different video games. DJ Daffa, thank you for that follow. I appreciate you. Welcome in. But Jack Black, he understood the assignment. He definitely understood the assignment. Someone said voice acting. Yeah, I was basically stating that it kind of bugs me whenever animation studios feel the need to have a big name, familiar actor fill the role of a character in an animated film. Because just because somebody is a good actor doesn't necessarily make them a good voice actor. Same goes for singers. But we'll see, we'll see. I think it's still too soon to cast full judgment. You can't really cast full judgment until you've seen the movie and heard the entire performance. I like Harry Styles. Don't worry, darling. I have not seen that. Yeah, he's literally only ever had one voice. But I understand making the voice different for the cinematic universe, because the cinematic universe may have a different canon, it may have a different... I mean, it's just different from the video game universe, right? And I definitely understand them wanting to change it from being that over-the-top, it's me, Mario, the Bada Boopy, and I'm Italian, you know, like that. Having that voice throughout the entirety of the movie would get annoying. So I feel the need to... I see why they need to tone it down. Looking forward to seeing your chunky baby Spyro. Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing it done too. I'm excited to see just how big it's gonna be. Because look at this head. Look at this head. Look how big this head is. And this is how big it is whenever you make it with normal yarn. So he gonna be thick. So thick. 7:30 p.m. in the UK. Dinner to sort out. Okay. All right, Playful Kitty. Hey, it was nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping in. I hope to see you in a future stream. And I will give Rory a hug for you. Yes. Hey, Retrophile, how are you doing? I think Charlie Day is going to be a good Luigi. He just has that high-pitched that natural high-pitched whiny voice that you would expect to come from a Luigi character. So I'm excited to see more of Luigi. Yeah, I think the trailer looked fantastic overall. You can tell, hey, Kim for the Day, what's going on? Can we get shout-outs for Kim for the Day and Retrophile TV? Two awesome streamers that they deserve shout-outs. How's it going, guys? How's it going? I think I'm gonna get going now. All right, Super Torn. Hey, it was good to see you. We'll see you again soon, hopefully. Where was I? Oh yeah, I am on a round now that I don't have to count. I can just make single crochets. Yes, that's one of the best parts. But I think the trailer overall looked absolutely fantastic, and it looked extremely polished. And I think you could tell, you could tell, like, especially with as amazing as Bowser looked in the final shot of the Mushroom Kingdom, like, you can tell that Illumination is working very closely with Miyamoto and people at Nintendo. Like, it's definitely got that Nintendo quality to it. So I'm not expecting a cinematic masterpiece in terms of like scripting and story and writing and stuff, but I think it's gonna be a pretty solid movie. I mean, it's gonna be your typical family-friendly animated feature film, so here for the cozy crochet vibes. Well, you're in the right place. Thanks for being here. I'm all about the cozy vibes. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the main storyline is gonna be. I'm also interested to see what other characters and creatures from the Mario universe that are gonna show up. I absolutely love the fact that they have the penguins from Super Mario 64 in it. And it makes sense because, you know, it's showing Bowser going from kingdom to kingdom, taking that kingdom star. So the penguins were, I think, yes, it was silly. Yes, it was kind of dumb. I liked it though. I've read of some people online that they didn't really care for the scene with the penguins. They were like, no, it's being too goofy, it's being too childish. I'm like, no, the fact that the penguins were there, and that they're a part of at least that small part of the movie, that shows that the people who are making the movie know the Mario lore. They respect it. They know what they're doing. They know how to put in Easter eggs. Like that's a good callback, you know? Did you watch The Walking Dead? I didn't watch all of it. I think I stopped watching whenever they made it to Terminus. And then I couldn't watch anymore, and I was like, no, I can't. Ugh. 'They might have Saturn Meteor. I bet you at some point when we're walking the streets of the Mushroom Kingdom and there are shop signs and stuff, I bet you some of those signs, something will have 2D pixel art on it. I almost guarantee that. That was but a taste of our wrath. Do you yield? And he's like, I do not. 8-bit graffiti, yeah, I could see that being on the walls of something somewhere in the Mushroom Kingdom. I also found it kind of interesting that when you look at the trailer, when you go back and look at the trailer when Mario comes into the Mushroom Kingdom for the first time, that there's a lot of floating islands. I found that interesting. Oh, that would have been funny if one of those snowballs, or the big snowball in the trebuchet that they launched at Bowser, that would have been funny if that had been a yellow snowball. I think the official release date for the trailer, Saturn, was gonna be April of next year. I don't remember the day exactly. My son told me, I'm sure you cannot tell me all of the evolutions of Eevee. Ooh, that's where you go like, boy, sit your ass down. I'ma school you on Pokemon. Back in my day, we only had 150. And Psychic was overpowered. I think it's funny whenever little kids today, they come up to you and they try to talk to you about Pokemon. And they have no idea that you know more than they do about Pokemon. And they're like trying to tell you all these things and you're like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But did you know? I think that's something. One of the things that I find most fascinating about Pokemon, especially nowadays, is because this franchise has been around for so long. It's become like an intergenerational thing. You got people who are my age, people who are even older than me, who have kids, who are playing these games. And it's something that, like, people of all ages have come to, like, love over the years and know about. How do you feel about making individual movies, like a Kirby movie, excuse me, a Legend of Zelda movie, all unrelated? All of them leading up to some kind of dimension sucking these characters up, like Smash Bros. Yeah. I don't know. So I kind of don't want there to be a bunch of Nintendo movies. I don't want it to become like what Marvel is becoming, where you just get movie fatigue. You get movie franchise fatigue. Like there's too much Star Wars movie and TV shit going on right now. There's too much Marvel shit, and like none of it's good anymore. Because they just keep pumping that shit out. They keep milking that cow. They keep squeezing that tit. And it's no longer milk that's coming out. It's just curdled, spoiled, disgusting splooge. Like it's not good anymore. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much to the point where nothing's special anymore. But the titties are no longer big and voluptuous. They're all dried up and saggy. They're no longer fun to squeeze. They've been squeezed too much. Nintendo bought a movie company? Yeah. I did hear about that. I think it was called like Dynamo Studios or Dynamo Movies or something. I'm aware. And like I expect them to make more. I mean, this is just a step in that direction, right? With the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And that's fine. I don't care that we're gonna get more. I just don't want it to get the Marvel treatment. If you know what I mean. Saggy boobas. Nobody likes saggy boobas. My son is 6 and I'm having so much fun sharing with him my pop culture. He really loves it. That's so sweet. Oh, I love that. So I don't have any children, and I don't plan to have any children. But if I ever did, by chance, knock on wood, I don't want one, but if it happened, I think that would be fun. That would be a kind of a fun part of parenthood, especially nowadays. We have all of this fun pop culture that we grew up with in the 90s and all these franchises that are still around that kids still enjoy today, like Pokemon. I think that would be fun to share with your kid. It would be something very special. But then there's also the possibility that your kid is not nerdy like you are and rejects and doesn't like any of the things that you like and wants to be a sassy douchebag instead. And all they want to watch is Cocomelon and trash like that. It took me 10 years to get sick of Marvel. I'll take a decade of solid Nintendo movies. Yeah, I don't know. I think of... there are some... Here's the thing. I don't particularly like it when some video game franchises decide that they want to make a movie out of a video game or a TV series out of a video game. I think a TV series would work out better. But it's just like you have this long, elaborate story that you tell in a video game that's told in a perfect way. And then if you try to condense that and simplify it into a movie, like it's not good. It doesn't always work out. Not all mediums translate into other mediums. In video game storytelling, in movie storytelling are two completely different mediums. So I don't know. The same goes for books and making a book into a movie. It doesn't always work out. There are some things that you read about in a book. There are some, like especially parts in books where they go into detail and they make certain descriptions of like psychic interactions or magical interactions, and it doesn't translate to film. Doesn't quite translate. We have Pokemon stuff in the baby's room and my older son has been playing Pokemon Diamond. Oh, that's awesome. You know, I never played Pokemon Black and White. I think that's the only generation that I haven't played. And I hear it's like one of the best ones. And I've been considering making that my next stream game. Because I would like to experience it. Whether it be on stream or not, but I figured it would be kind of a fun stream game because, well, you know, we could take the Pokemon we catch and name them absurd things and name them after people in the chat. That would be fun. I think Atlantis would be a good live-action remake. That is one remake that I would actually advocate for. I agree. Yeah, no, I agree, Saturn. Disney needs to stop with these live-action remakes, but they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it because they don't have to take any creative risks in doing so. It's the it's the laziest way for them and like the most low-risk way for them to make money right now. But I'm kind of fed up with them at this point. Like, I'm not gonna watch them anymore. I'm so glad I don't have to count stitches right now. Thank you for shitting on my stream, Dead Reavers. I appreciate it. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gotta go to round 15. But yes, Sly Fox, it's very lazy. Now he needs a whole change of pants. Whoa! Zam Zam! What's going on, Zam? Can we get a shout out?
Hi for coming back. I missed you. P always accept the sub as a token of my missingment.
I accept your sub. Thank you so much. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Can we get a shout out for Zealous Zam in the chat? Guys, please go follow Zam. He's hilarious and he's a friend of the channel. If you like streamers who get very angry and yell, he's the one to watch. I always have a good time over in his chat. What is the clip used for? So clips are used for literally clipping like a highlight of the stream. If something funny happens and you're like, oh, we should save that, then you clip it. It'll open up another window that'll take you back like a minute or so on the stream, and then you can like clip out the segment you want to save. You yell a lot, dude. But it's okay. It's entertaining. Makes me laugh. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a stitch marker. You use it whenever you're working in the round to know where the end of your round is. Not everyone uses stitch markers, but I like to because I don't have to constantly keep count in my head, especially when I'm doing just rows of single crochets. I can just make single crochets until I get to the end of my row, which is marked by this, so I don't have to count exactly 60 single crochets. Yeah, whenever you start working in the round, I highly recommend using one. It makes life a little easier. Winnie the Pooh are free to use legally without repercussion. U.S. copyright law means that works of authors are available. Yes, that is true. But Disney will still come after you. The same goes for, I think, I mean, Mickey Mouse is technically... If Disney didn't protect it like they do right now, Mickey Mouse would technically be considered public domain. But I think there is a way that you can still claim copyright over something that's over 70 years old or 95 years old after publication. I think there is a way that you can still maintain copyright over stuff. I don't know the specifics, but I know that's what Disney does. And Disney is very litigious and very nasty. Very, very nasty. We'll come after your ass and we will kill you. Pretty much. Really? I didn't know that. The copyright on Steamboat Willie expired and Disney tried to go after people using it and lost. I didn't know that. Is there like an article on that somewhere? Guess here's the thing. If I made an amigurumi pattern and I used the terminology Steamboat Willie on it, they would come after me on Etsy. Straight up. Aw. Good old ads. If I had the ability to, guys, if Twitch would let me, I would disable ads on my channel, straight up. I hate them. I hate ads and I hate forced ads. I hate that all streamers at this point are no matter the size of your channel. You're being forced to run ads on our channels, and I fucking hate it. Ads on Twitch are... Ugh, I hate them. Sorry. They're just super intrusive. Unlike ads over on YouTube, they have a skip button. You know, I don't even think they run ads on YouTube streams when people stream on YouTube. And I think the creator has the option to run ads whether or not they want to. Like, I think you might get the pre-roll ad, but after that, you don't have the, like, every 30-minute ads or whatever. Yes, Lifefox. See, for that reason alone, that I installed ad blockers, like Twitch-specific ad blockers in my browser. Because there were some streams I would go into, and just like you just said, 7 or 8 ads in a fucking row. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here through this 2 minutes of ads just to watch this person stream. Like, I'll leave. So I use an ad blocker. I know not everybody agrees with using ad blockers, but I also don't blame people who use ad blockers. If you use an ad blocker, by all means, I don't care. Run it on my channel. Especially for smaller channels like mine that don't retain a high number of viewership. You get like 15 cents a stream in ad revenue. Like, it's not much. It's negligible. It's pennies. Oh yeah, Slyfox. Or like any stream, like where, like, say you're watching a streamer play a game and you're in like a critical story moment of that game. And you can't pause streams on Twitch like you can on YouTube. And then all of a sudden you're interrupted with a whole minute worth of ads and you're skipping all that storyline that you've been waiting for. Like, it's infuriating. So, I don't know. Twitch has not been making the best decisions for the longevity and relevance of their platform. Yeah, like on Omori, exactly. Especially there towards the end, there were a lot of like critical cutscenes and story moments. So yeah. Ad blockers are the way to go, man. Huff killed the internet during Omori and I missed like 5 minutes. Oh no! You missed that part? Oh crap. That sucks, Skate Girl. Were you able to go back and watch the VOD? Dude, that game was such an emotional roller coaster. Puff, you're such a troll. I love it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to buy another skein of purple yarn in order to finish this dragon. This baby Spyro. Oh yeah, do you guys want to see what my next pattern release is gonna be? Would you guys be interested in a sneak peek? I haven't shown it on social media. I haven't taken any pictures of it yet. But I'll show it to you guys. Wait, are there ads on VODs now? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's awful. Why? Why ads on VODs? World premiere. Okay, I'll show you. Little sneak peek. Sneak peek. Alright. I will show you. Switch to the chatting cam to do it. Alright, so. This is my next pattern release. It's somewhat close to being finished. The pattern itself is, I'm just refining some bits of it and I'm changing a few things, but this is not a Psyduck. It is a sailor duck in a sailor costume. That's what we're gonna call it, okay? This is not a Psyduck. But I gotta fix the collar. I'm not happy with the way the collar is. I'm gonna make a different scarf-like collar where you can kind of tie it here at the bottom. But yeah, there's this little tail, his little hat. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like a Donald Duck hat. Donald Duck has like a sailor kind of theme with his outfit, so that's what we're looking at. It is a sailor duck. It's not a Psyduck. So yes, this is what I'm currently working on as my next pattern release. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. Hope you guys like it. Okay. And that's kind of my plan moving forward. If I'm making anything Pokemon themed or character themed, it's gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? Changed or transformed in some way to make it different than what it's inspired by, if that makes sense. So, to make it a little more generic, no copyright terminology. So yeah, and that's kind of what I did with this baby dragon pattern. Like, obviously I felt inspired to make a baby Spyro, so I made a baby Spyro, but then I altered the pattern a little bit, made the colors a little different, made it green, and released it as a baby dragon pattern. Which it totally is, and it's totally customizable, and anybody can make it in any color they want. But if they want to make a Spyro, they can make a Spyro if they so desire. So, I will commit genocide on a small village for that duck. Oh my god, Guac. You're dramatic. I love it. I'm here for it. I mean, that's kind of how I've seen... Oh crap, I keep losing my chat window. I'm trying to move it around on screen, but it keeps trying to, like, dock in certain places on OBS. Okay, there we go. That's how I've seen some people, like, not only crocheters, but artists, visual artists as well, kind of work around the system. Like, in order to make it fair use, you have to diversify it, change it in some way, transform it in some way so that it's different. And technically, if whatever copyright holder really wanted to, because at the end of the day, these are big ass companies, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They have the money. But if they feel so threatened and they feel the need to copyright strike me, they technically still can. I can't take them to court. I don't have the money, and I'll lose anyway, so... But I still have to, get Chatterino, you noob. What are you talking about? I recommend using green, however, you can use any color you want. Yes, exactly. You want to replay the whole Breath of the Wild? So do I. I'm not understanding what you're saying by get Chatterino, you noob. But yes, that's pretty much how I'm going to be making things moving forward. If I feel so inspired by a certain thing that is a copyrighted IP. So, I got you, don't worry. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, I've got little duck feet for him too already made, so here, I'll put him there. He's kind of in the corner of the screen. Yes, loopholes. So I also kind of want to go back and rework some of my old patterns and kind of do the same thing to them and make them available again. For instance, it's a Twitch chat client. Oh, okay. Okay. Dude, I don't want to download any more bots and like extensions and programs and stuff for Twitch. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Because I could technically read chat through my bot. I could read chat on OBS. I could read chat on Twitch. There's so many different ways to read chat. I technically have 2 chat bots now, and I'm not using both of them. I'm just using one at the moment. I sell most of my stuff locally for now, so I'm fairly safe. Yes. I'm also very aware of needing to modify and alter patterns to make them unique. Yes, definitely keep that in mind. And this is by no means legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. Disclaimer. Jaden, can you teach me how to do that, please? I need that. I need that ability. You know, Retrophile actually has he has an app where he has a bot or something that actually reads chat to him through his headphones. While he's playing stuff like Guitar Hero, or I think it's called Clone Hero. That's kind of cool. Text to speech, yes. That's what it is. I guess that is technically how you would read chat with your eyes closed, wouldn't it? Your red-haired mermaid? Alright, have fun. I appreciate the lurk. Lurkers are the lifeblood of Twitch. No, I do not want TTS. Especially whenever emotes are being spammed. No, I'd rather not. Do you use sewing needles when assembling the head to the body? Yes, I do. So most amigurumi I make are all made in separate pieces. Like the head's a separate piece, the body's a separate piece, the legs, the limbs. Sometimes the legs are crocheted as part of the body, but it just depends on the pattern. But yeah, so the body is going to be a separate piece, the tail is going to be a separate piece, and all that's going to be sewn together. Which is, it's pretty typical of amigurumi to be made that way. Most amigurumi dolls are made in separate pieces, the torso, the legs, the limbs, the head. And then it all gets sewn together. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have one more round of just straight single crochets, and then I gotta get back to counting. But yeah, I would love to upgrade my overhead camera. And you know what? I'm actually shocked right now because the last time I streamed with this camera, I had problems with it going in and out of focus. Like the autofocus would turn back on and it would get fuzzy like every 5 minutes and I would have to reset it. And this stream, it has not done that. This is also the first time I've streamed since I've upgraded my PC. So maybe since I've got a new motherboard and have run a bunch of updates on all the apps and Windows, I wonder if that maybe changed something. I just realized that my chat that's showing on screen, it's not showing emotes for some reason. That kind of sucks. Iris puns, what's going on? People riots. I love Peepo emotes. Peepo emotes are some of the best emotes. No, can't see jammies. Is that a 7TV emote though? Yeah, that's why. So the chat you see that appears on stream underneath my webcam comes through Streamlabs. And I don't know if Streamlabs has that emote integration yet with 7TV. I'll have to look in the settings and see. Because I think it has the options to turn off and on certain emote sources. Slobs, boo. So I don't use Streamlabs OBS anymore. I use just regular OBS with stream elements integrated into it. But there are still some things of Streamlabs I still use, like the alert box I prefer. The chat I prefer. I don't know. I haven't been able to fully let go of Streamlabs just yet. Yeah, I don't think everything has it built in. But OBS is what I use to stream. And then I have Stream Elements, a mixture of Stream Elements widgets and Streamlabs widgets plugged into my stream. So that's what I got going on right now. Oh no, you're right. You're totally right. I think the biggest reason why a lot of people moved away from Streamlabs OBS is because of the controversy that kind of surrounded them whenever like official OBS came out and accused them of like stealing stuff, which they basically did. I mean, OBS is free open source software, and then Streamlabs essentially took it, copied it, took credit for it. But from what I understand, the people who officially run OBS asked them to take the term Open Broadcaster Software, or OBS, out of their software name. Because people who were using Streamlabs OBS were contacting and tweeting at people at OBS, like complaining about problems with the software, and they're like, no, that's not our software. But they didn't do it, like, ever. Until finally it came to light, and I don't know, apparently they were doing a lot of other controversial shit too. So a lot of people dropped Streamlabs OBS and moved away from it. I don't know the whole story. But yes, OBS in general is definitely a better streaming software by far. One thing I would really like to do in the future, especially once I get my YouTube channel kind of up and running, I would like to be able to dual stream onto both platforms, but according to Twitch, it's a no-no right now. But I still see people do it all the time. And like people who have big followings. Like I know as a partner, if you ever get partnered, that's like a huge no-no. Like that's a breach of contract. But like people who have affiliate status, it is still a no-no. It is. They let you dual stream onto like a mobile, like Instagram and Facebook, but you specifically cannot dual stream and do a simulcast between Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Yeah, as an affiliate, I cannot, but I still see people do it, especially affiliates. So I don't know how strictly they enforce those rules. I'm just kind of stretching this out a little bit. But the stuffing will help stretch it out. Next round. Okay, I'm gonna have to count for a little bit, so I might be a little quiet. But yeah, now there's a particular YouTuber / Twitch streamer that I watch who's been playing a lot of Splatoon, who has been simulcasting. So you're saying I could stream to Twitch and other mobile platforms at the same time. It's I remember reading the exact like clause in the terms of service. And I don't remember the exact terminology, but I think it had something to do with like you could stream to like primarily like mobile, like social media app platforms. Like you can simulcast to TikTok and like Instagram. I'd have to reread it. But I know that there's a definite no-no between simulcasting between Twitch and YouTube. That's a definite no-no. And just trying to make it a thing. 4 services at once. That's a lot. How would you even keep up with chat if you were streaming and had a lot of viewership between four services? Crazy cat lady, hi. I just looked this up. Starting today, you are now allowed to create live content on other platforms. Yes, they allow you to make content on other platforms, so you're not Twitch exclusive. But in the email, Twitch recognized that streamers use multiple platforms to connect with their communities and said this move would grant them greater flexibility. Yes, so you are allowed to make content for other platforms. For a while, if you were a Twitch partner, you were Twitch exclusive. You weren't allowed to, like, it was very restrictive. Like, you couldn't live stream on YouTube. You couldn't live stream on any other platform. You were Twitch exclusive. You could make YouTube videos, but you couldn't stream on YouTube. Now they're saying you can make content on other platforms. You are allowed to stream on other platforms, but you cannot simulcast. You cannot dual stream. People still do it though. Any VODs need to be exclusive to Twitch for 24 hours. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm gonna count stitches here real quick. So I'm gonna be silent here for a moment. Okay. Let's see here. 2, 3. I need to do one more decrease. Almost there. Okay. Should have 30 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Perfect. Okay. So that's one of the issues he's running into. One streamer I used to hang out with always double streams. Technically, you're not supposed to, but yeah. Is this Stream Beats music? This is, what is it? It is a channel I found on Spotify called Copyright Free Beats 24 Hours Lo-Fi and Chill. Occasionally, I'll also pull up Stream Beats because it's all copyright free. And I like the chill music. So, I would like to be able to do song requests again like we did back in the day. Then you got the issues with the copyright. And I don't want my channel to get banned. And then I've been informed that there's a way to be able to play copyright music on stream, but it gets logged in like a different audio channel. But the problem with that is when the VOD gets uploaded, the audio is not there. Like there's no background music. So the VOD is silent. So I don't know. But does anybody really watch crafting VODs? Probably not. Yeah, you split your audio tracks. And that's how it's done. The hot tub streamers? Oh, I'm sure they do double stream. I don't doubt it. It's kind of something else I wish Twitch would do away with. My VODs have no music in them in case I need to use my VOD content for a YouTube video. That's a good point, actually. That's a very good point. So do you split your audio tracks? You can pick, say, track 2 for your VODs and only select in your OBS audio channels which sources go to track 1 and which sources go to track 2. Interesting. That's something I should probably look more into. Because it would be fun. I mean, if we get, you know, a decent amount of people here hanging out, watching the stream, it would be fun to turn on song requests again. That was really fun back in the day. Because you guys would request like some of the most weird mashups of songs, and it was so fun. Like the DuckTales Sonic Adventure 2 theme mashup. Just random shit like that. Your mic would be for both, but only music would be on track 1. The toughest thing is desktop audio. If you don't have a way to split your audio sources, that's a problem. So would a mixer be the solution to that? Because for me, I don't have a physical mixer, I just have a digital mixer. Like, it's the Elgato Wavelink mixer software. And an OBS plugin. Ugh, see, at that point it gets to be like more than what I want to have to deal with. But yeah. I'm trying to think of any time, if there would ever be a time that I would want to use like a Twitch VOD for a YouTube video outside of gaming content. But I mean, if I keep it copyright free, if I keep something like this, like the lo-fi and chill stuff in the background, I don't see it being a problem, and I could still technically use clips as VODs. There wouldn't be a whole lot of editing necessary. I wouldn't really need to do any voiceover work. The next 2 rows are just single crochets. I like it. I like it. That's what I'm about. Don't have to count. What you got here? GitHub. Uncapture audio. For OBS versions. Okay. So this is an OBS plugin. Single crochet stitches. Yep. And when you do amigurumi, they're the most common stitch you'll use. Everything is built on and around a single crochet stitch pretty much. It adds new source type. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. I'll keep it open in my browser. I'll take a look at it, but I don't guarantee that I'll ever actually use it, to be honest. Back up OBS before adding it? Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards just keeping things simple at this point. I don't know. This blanket is actually easy because with all the colors in one spool, I don't have to count anything, it can just go. Nice! Yeah, that's something I want to avoid. Things getting too complicated, too many plugins, too many applications going on. I think for now, with what I'm doing, it's probably best to just keep it simple. No VOD's simplest answer. But can't you still get a copyright claim on a clip if a clip has copyrighted music in it? See, what bugs me is that, you know, they make a big stink about copyrighted audio playing in the background. Copyrighted video, like if you're watching a video. But we're playing games, which is all copyrighted content. Like Twitch, you play a game from start to finish. Is that not copyright infringement? It's such a legally gray area sometimes. The clip would use the VOD track, so no music. Oh, okay. You can still get a strike on live content too, though. It's not completely safe. Yeah, it's probably best to avoid that just altogether. But you know what? In the grand scheme of things, anything can be copyright struck at any time for any reason by any entity that wishes it. There's no security here. There's no power here. Especially over on YouTube, like anybody, literally anybody can lay a copyright strike or a claim on anything at any time for any reason. Even if you're not the copyright holder, like they don't check that shit. You file a claim and YouTube's like, oh, okay, well, you say it's yours, okay, we're gonna claim this video now. That's good enough for me. No proof of ownership? Well, okay, that's fine. That one stream has been going for years and was taken down. What stream? Which stream? Yes, there is a whole business of fake copyright. Yes. Fake copyright claiming. I am aware of that, especially on YouTube. Copyright abuse is a horrible, horrible thing. Oh yeah, Lo-Fi Girl, that's right! And all the stuff over there is copyright free, I think. Pretty sure. And yet some asshole decided to copyright claim it. It's so messed up. No, you're right. I love Lo-Fi Girl. That's like one of my favorite YouTube channels. Just turn on in the background. Along with channels like Game Chops that just have like fan remixes of video game music. A lot of times I have that turned on in the background while I crochet. They're crapping themselves with the whiplash. I remember when that happened. I remember that. Yeah, that's kind of another thing I worry about too. Like, I do want to do YouTube. I do want to make YouTube videos. That's something I want to dip my toes into. But yeah, everybody's so copyright strike happy. Like, anybody can come along and strike any one of my videos. Like, if I do get to a point where I can monetize a channel and start making money off my videos, I worry about who or what is going to come along and slap it down. It could even be another, you know, crochet pattern designer. And they could just be like, you know what? I don't like her pattern. I think it looks too similar to mine. I'm gonna copyright claim it. So that's happened to me on Etsy. But at least on Etsy, you have to show like some form of proof that you own what you're claiming. Like, you have to be able to link it. Streams, not videos, yeah. Well, the thing with like some amigurumi patterns is like, with a lot of patterns, most of them start like, you'll realize this whenever you get around to making amigurumi. You'll realize that a lot of them start in the same way and use the same formulas to make certain parts. And a lot of amigurumi patterns look similar. Doesn't necessarily mean they follow the same formula. Doesn't necessarily mean that one is a copy of another. But there are only so many ways to make certain shapes. And you gotta be able to diversify your piece to make it look different and stand out. But a lot of patterns do end up looking similar. And anyone can come along and be like, you know what, this pattern looks too much like mine. I'm gonna copyright claim this and get it taken down. That happens a lot on Etsy. This happened to me one time on Etsy. Someone was claiming I stole their pattern. I did not. Hello! Hold on, I can't see your name. Moneypock, hello! Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. That's good to know, Skate Girl. I had somebody tell me that once too. When back when I released my Yoshi pattern, someone said they saw it on Reddit, because I did post it on Reddit whenever I released it. And the person said to themselves, yeah, that kind of looks like something that Ash would make. That looks like something that would be made by Ash, and turns out it was made by me. Yep, you're exactly right, Slyfox. That's what I mean. Structurally, a lot of amigurumi are very similar. Very, 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 very similar. Okay. What row am I on? Let's see here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Dead Reavers is raiding with a party of 2. What? Dead Reavers, you're streaming? Bro, hey, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Welcome in, friendos. Come on in, make yourselves at home. What road did I say I was on? Route 18? Yeah, so 19. I'm probably going to be silent here for just a short bit because this is a part where I have to count stitches. Gotta make sure I do it right. Alright. No streaming? So how are you rating? Is it like your channel with a couple bots in it? Like chat bots probably? And you hit the raid button? That's true, there is no more hosting. They took away hosting, which I think is silly. I don't agree with the no more hosting. I think hosting is nice, especially like... It's gonna raid train going. No, it's okay. That's not necessary. Okay, alright, I'm gonna be silent for a second. I'm gonna count this section of stitches here I gotta keep track of. There's 1. 2. 3. And 4. Maybe if I can get this in here. 5. And last section. 1, 2. Decrease. And then should still have 30 stitches to the end of the round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay. We good. The auto hosting, yeah. Yeah, I think it sucks because like if you are tuning into someone's channel who you would normally watch and they're not there, it's kind of like an approved recommendation from someone you would normally watch. It's kind of a great way to kind of help support others and help them grow, you know? So yeah, I wonder why they got rid of hosting. Did they ever give any kind of explanation about why they got rid of hosting? Probably not. Carly Night Art, hi, welcome to the stream. How are you? Welcome. How's your day going? Are you working on any crochet projects? Do you crochet? Are you a maker and crafter as well? Nice. Glad to hear your day's going well. That's always good. Okay. Got 5, 6 more rounds here. We're getting there. It's starting to shape up a little bit. It's kind of looking like a hat, like a small hat, although this is not big enough to fit on my head. Maybe if I stretched it over, but I'm not gonna do that. It's a big purple toad head. You know, I would make a wearable. That would be a fun point redemption, and just be like, hey, wear this hat for the next 15 to 30 minutes. Something kind of big and goofy and fun that I can make, but I don't, because it is freaking hot in my office. It's a lot better now that I have this fabric chair versus the leather one I used to have. Because the leather, you just kind of sit and sweat, whereas this is way more breathable, but it's still very toasty in my office. And again, I wonder if by switching to a water cooler in my PC, if that would kind of help offset some of the heat in my office. Because the air cooler that I currently have cranks out a crap load of heat. In a hot PC in a tiny room, things get very toasty in here. If I put this on my head and wore it as a hat right now for like the next 15 minutes, I would be so sweaty. I'd probably die. Die of a heat stroke in my office. Like right now, I am sweating as we speak. Which, even though I'm in kind of northern Florida, things are starting to cool down a little bit now. Especially in the mornings and at night, it's getting down into the 60s, which is nice. I can kind of open the windows and let the cool air come in and cool the house down. But by like 10, 11 o'clock during the day, it starts to get spicy again. Like right now, it's 82 degrees outside and sunny. So it's still spicy outside. And Toadette, because it's purple. It looks feminine. Oh, the rounding of it? Yeah. So this side here is going to start to kind of angle in a little bit because I'm putting decreases on this side. And that kind of helps give some curvature to the back. So like, this is the part of Spyro that we're making right now. It's like the bottom of the main torso essentially, and we're going to build it up to about right here where it's going to attach to the front legs. So he's got some curvature in his back there. Right there. So this is going to start kind of curving in a little bit as we progress. I'd like to get at least the main body portion done before the end of the stream. But oh boy, it's toasty in here. I'm sweaty. I'm gonna have to go get some more water. I think that's part of the reason why Rory doesn't stay in here the whole time during streams, because it gets so warm. Usually whenever if she's not in here, if I walk out into the living room, I usually find her lying on the floor, like on the tile, because it's nice and cool. I should get a thermometer. I should keep it in my office just to see how warm it gets. I'd be curious to see just how hot in here it gets whenever I'm streaming. But yeah, water cooler is a possible future upgrade. I would like to get a better top-down shooter camera. Like an actual, like a mirrorless DSLR. Well, the problem with getting one of those portable AC units is it's gonna eat more electricity and they're noisy. And I don't want the constant, like, background hum going on in the background while I stream. That's really annoying. skeins getting a little smaller. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be enough to finish the whole project. I don't think it will be. I think by the time I finish the entire torso, or I attach the bottom to the legs and make the upper half of the torso, the neck, and the tail, I think that's gonna probably consume the rest of this. I'm probably gonna have to go buy another one, which is fine. I don't live too far away from my local craft store, my local Joann's. So the last time I lived in Florida, this particular area, we used to have a craft store here called AC Moore. And they had the best yarn. They had the best yarn selection, they had the best yarn. They had a good in-store brand of yarn called Nicole. And it was my favorite yarn. They had my favorite value yarn ever. It was better than Red Heart. It was cheaper than Red Heart. It felt better. It was higher quality. Then AC Moore went out of business and Michaels took over. And since Michaels took over, it is nothing like it used to be. They don't have... Like, the yarn selection went from here to here. Like, it's pathetic in there now. They don't have hardly anything. And we have a Hobby Lobby that's probably about like a 20 to 30 minute drive, but the problem with getting there is the traffic. Hey, Zaxarone, how are you? Welcome back. Good to see you again. How have you been? If there was no traffic, I could probably get to our Hobby Lobby in like 20 minutes, but the problem is like that particular area where the Hobby Lobby is to get there, it's like a one-way only. There's only one way to get there, and it's usually stacked with traffic, and a 20-minute drive usually turns into like a 45-minute drive. So... But I don't even know if I want to shop at Hobby Lobby for yarn anymore, because Hobby Lobby dropped Red Heart yarns completely. They don't carry Red Heart anymore. And their yarn selection is kind of meh. Although their in-house yarn, I've heard the I Love This yarn, which is Hobby Lobby's brand of value yarn, is pretty good. I've never actually tried to use it myself. Hobby Lobby, Michaels, Joann's, you have everything! Walmart does have Red Heart, yes! They also have Mainstays, which is like Walmart's brand of stuff. Mainstays yarn. It's not too bad. It's comparable to Red Heart. I haven't bought any myself, but they have a lot of pretty good color matches. My Walmart has one aisle that's like half yarn. And it's not bad. They have a lot of basic colors there that I can go pick up if I need colors in a hurry. So yeah, I've bought yarn at Walmart before. You have MCDs. What is MCDs? When I see MCDs, I think McDonald's. Do you have McDonald's? Do you have some chicky nuggies? Can you send me some chicky nuggies? Chicky nuggies actually sound... Yes, McDonald's! Chicky nuggies actually sound really good right now. A lot of people are like, oh, McDonald's is so nasty. I would never eat that. It's garbage. You're putting nasty in your body. And yeah, to an extent, you know, it's bad for you. But, you know, everything in moderation is fine. Corn mussels! Hey, what's going on? Welcome. Nice to see you. Oh, yeah. Technically, it's not a side duck. We call him Sailor Duck. So, that's the next pattern I'm working on. It's almost done. There's just a few things I need to refine and remake on it. Yeah, we call him Sailor Duck. And I think maybe in the future, once I get this done and refined, what I'm gonna do, because I saw some figurines that were made like this, I'm gonna make a female version of this in a Sailor Moon costume. Be like Sailor Girl Duck. So it'll have like, you know, the little skirt, the little crop top with the little belly sticking out, and then the hair with the big tails. I think that would be cute. Cute and derpy. I've seen a few like unofficial figurines made of Sailor Moon Psyduck. And that's kind of what inspired me to make a Sailor Psyduck. And then I thought about it and I was like, I could make a Sailor Moon Psyduck too. So yeah, if you go to Google and you type in Sailor Moon Psyduck, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm like, that would be absolutely adorable as an amigurumi. And someone has come back into the room to grace us with her presence. I'm trying to turn the camera on. There she is. So derpy. So derpy, I love her. Hey, Booger. Yes, the pupper has returned. She's gonna start whining at me if I ignore her. Okay, I forgot what round I was on, so I'm gonna count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I get to do one more round of single crochet stitches. Yes, a favorite. Treat the doggo. We're gonna treat that doggo. Alright, you want a goodie? Yes, you do. I like to take the treat and break it into 2 treats so she thinks she's getting more. Okay. Who's a good girl? Who's deserving of a treato? Good girl. Hey, you want to do a trick? Can you spin? Good girl. Twirl. Good girl. Okay. Now, eat your treat. Damn, that was fast. Did you even chew that? You just swallowed it. Did you just swallow that? Shouldn't be swallowing that whole. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. Go lay down. Go lay down, girl. She's sniffing for crumbs now. She's such a good poppers. I love her so much. She's a good girl. She's very good. It's interesting though, like, she looks a lot like Ollie. She's a little smaller than Ollie. They're the same breed of dog, 2 entirely different personalities. So interesting. She is very, very, she's much more bossy and stubborn than Ollie ever was. But she's also super, super, super physically, snuggly, and affectionate. And you can't stay mad at her. She knows how to work those puppy eyes. She knows how to look at you and, like, look cute. She's very vocal. She's the kind of dog that will come up to you, snuggle you, give you physical affection, and you start petting her and scratching her. And she'll push her body up against you for full body contact and lay there for a minute while you scratch her head. But the second you stop scratching her, she'll turn her head, she'll lift her head up and turn and look at you like, how dare you stop? She'll give you the side eye. And if you continue to ignore her and not pet her, she'll start to talk to you. She'll growl and mumble and buff and murr and blah, blah, blah. She demands pets and cuddles. Yeah, see, now that she's not getting any attention, she left. She's no longer in the room. She gives you the side eye. Yep. Yep. You know what I'm talking about with the side eye. Yeah, she's in the hallway right now. Can hear her. She's like, she's not full barking, but she's kind of